If you want to make music that sounds like this,
Mike Russell with the audio wave, teaching the world.
And this, stick around because I'm going to show you some of the best AI music generators that you won't believe exist. Now, all of the AI music generators in this video are free to use. They have a free plan, but you can pay to upgrade, get usage rights, and get more credits to generate more songs. With that said, I'm going to do a comprehensive review of the 4 I think are the best for your music generations, especially if you're a content creator such as a YouTuber or a podcaster. With that said, we'll take a particular look at pricing and also terms and conditions, and I'll break it down so it's really easy for you to understand. Can I use this stuff? Can I make money? And what can I do with the music I generate? Now, you're definitely going to want to stick around because the final tool I'll show you, I believe, is the best all-rounder in terms of pricing, terms and conditions, if you want to use your music as liberally as possible and retain ownership, and that's important. Without further ado, let's get into number 1, which is Udio. It's rocking the world at the moment, the AI space, the music space, because it dropped from a couple of deep mind engineers based in New York from Uncharted Labs and suddenly made music that sounded like this. I've got to say, maybe that's just a little bit cheesy, but it's just a capability that this thing can do. It's amazing. So it's Udio, it's beta, it's completely free, by the way, while it's in beta right now. And we'll look at the terms in a moment for usage, but let's generate some stuff. First of all, I'm going to generate something about Mike Russell from Music Radio Creative, the audio teacher.
Can't fathom what's inside your mind. Such a shift from the voice we all knew.
Now that is really pretty good, but the best thing about Udio is you can extend tracks.
Mike Russell with the audio wave, teaching the world how to be brave. In the mix, he finds the bound, giving life to silent sound.
Now it even adds my name and makes me feel really good with those lyrics. And they're completely AI generated. Nuts. Okay, let's make something else.
This is Mike Russell on Music Radio, creative.com.
Well, I've got to say, jingles are not too bad. It was kind of spoken rather than sung. I would have liked it sung. But of course, this is a beta product at the moment, and I'm sure prompting and getting better with that kind of stuff is going to give you a better outcome. Let's try again with something completely different. And again, I've got to say, Udio is banging out some awesome hits. It's really, really cool. I like this. I suggest you go and try it. Use the link down below. And if you're enjoying the video so far, throw a big like on this video. And also remember to subscribe to my channel because I'm always doing tutorials and comparisons like this one. Okay, we're all enjoying the music so far, but what about using the generations you make inside Udio? That's important. So I've trawled through the terms and conditions so you don't have to. And they're quite lengthy. But what I have picked out is right here, subject to the compliance with these terms, including without limitations, section 6.4. We'll look at that in a second. You can use the output for personal and commercial purposes. Great! So I can use this personally and on a channel like a YouTube channel that's making money. We permit you to download a copy and use it for such purposes. Okay, so what is section 6.4? Attribution. Okay, so you have to attribute Udio in order to use it, but you can use it for personal or commercial purposes, which is fantastic. So I think it's important to load up the Udio generated track in Adobe Audition. Just take a look at it, see the waveform looks pretty good. Let's take a look at audio quality. First of all, is it stereo? And I can see there's definitely different information happening on left and right channels. So these are stereo generations. And if we look at the information in the top left, we can see that it's a 48,000 hertz sample rate stereo, 32-bit file, MP3, 320 kbps. So the highest quality of available. So that really is good. One final check I'll do is go into the effects menu and take a look at the parametric equalizer as I play a bit of this track. And we can see that the EQ is cutting off at 20 kilohertz, which is actually what I'd expect. That's pretty much full range for a music track. So I would say in terms of audio quality, Udio is right up there at the top. Okay, on to the next one, and I think this was the king of AI music generators before Udio came onto the scene. It's Suno. I've spoken about Suno before. I love Suno. I think it's a fantastic AI music generator. It can do stuff like this. And this.
Cook spaghetti in salted boiling water until al dente, drain, reserving some pasta water.
So you can see there's a spaghetti recipe there made into a song. It's absolutely fantastic. Let's just hear one more.
Hoppe, hoppe, Reiter, wenn fällt, dann schreit fällt in den Graben, fressen ihn die Raben, fällt in den Sumpf, macht der Reiter plumps.
So you can see that Suno really does have music dialed in, and you can make bangers using this one really easily. It has been the king. It still is absolutely fantastic in my opinion, and it's free to use. Okay, so I've typed in a song about Mike Russell rocking YouTube with AI audio and music generators. Let's create, and we're using the latest model here, Suno V3, which is the best.
From depths of the digital realm comes a man with a vision at the helm, Mike Russell.
Not too bad. What about the second generation?
From the depths of the digital realm comes a man with a vision at the helm, Mike Russell, rocking YouTube with Mike.
Let's try something completely out the blue. A song about a magical pizza that gives a cat superpowers.
In a land where dreams come alive, there's a pizza joint that's got the vibe with toppings so strange. It's out of sight, but this tale takes a twist one magical night. With one bite of a slice so fine, a cat named Whiskers hit cloud number 9. Cosmic powers surge through its veins. Whiskers the cat was never the same.
So you can also enter custom mode as well, which I'm going to do. You can enter your own lyrics. So I'm actually going to copy in the front page content from our website about making audio.
Unlock your audio potential with music, radio creative. We specialize in turning sound into an experience with custom voiceovers, AI voices, and jingles, royalty-free music and podcast editing. We cater to all your audio and video needs. Our dedicated team is here to help experience the ease of a one-stop shop for your voice.
Okay, I'm just going to show you the instrumental capabilities here by typing in chill house music for a San Diego beach scene. Perfectly usable. So, of course, with Suno, you're going to want to know the usage rights, and I have trawled through their terms and conditions. So, attribution is an important part if you are a free user. Now, you can monetize on YouTube. This is a big question creators often have. But if you're free, then you can only use for non-commercial uses. So, you cannot monetize on your channel if you're a free Suno user. If you'd like to use them commercially, you can go to a paid plan such as Pro or Premier. You can also upload to Spotify and Apple Music, but only if you're Pro and Premier subscriber, and you have to comply with the terms and conditions. Now, really important to note here is that commercial usage is allowed, but very important here in the terms and conditions, if you're a paying subscriber to Suno, then you own the songs you generate while subscribed. Okay, so I assume if your subscription to Suno lapses, you no longer have the ownership or commercial usage of the music generated by Suno. And that, I think, is an important point to note with that service. It has a free plan. Now, you can, of course, pay for the upgrade. Pro plan will be $8 a month presently, and the Premier plan presently $24 a month, giving you more credits to generate more songs. Okay, let's get a Suno track into Adobe Audition and analyze the audio quality. First of all, you'll see a nice, perfectly normalized waveform. It looks really good in terms of music mastering. The sample rate up here is 48,000 hertz, so that's good. We expect that. It is saying that it's stereo. Let's just zoom in on the waveform and double check that. See if we have different information. Now, you know, I cannot see different audio information on different channels here. Although, no, maybe there is a slight different piece of information here. Let's just go into another section and check. It's ever so slightly stereo. Yeah, I'm going to agree with Suno. Yeah, that looks stereo. There's differences there. So we've got a stereo file, 32-bit. Now, the MP3 is 192 kbps, unlike the 320, the highest quality from Udio. So the quality is ever so slightly reduced here. Let's do a quick check on the EQ graph as well.
From depths of the digital realm comes a man with a vision at the helm like Russell.
And we can see that, yes, again, it's cutting off maybe just slightly before 20 kilohertz on the EQ graph, which again is a full range of sound, certainly perceivable to the human ear. You probably would not notice a difference between Suno and Udio, although I will say Udio is definitely up there. It's a little higher in terms of the quality it's pumping out in the file you can download. Again, remember, if you're really enjoying this, do throw a like and subscribe to my channel. More AI tools for music, audio, and general audio production tips all the time on this channel. Let's get on to the next tool. And actually, we've looked at lyrical generations and music that you can use, but now we're going to look more at background music that you can generate. And there's a couple of really big tools. Mubert is one of them. Let's give Mubert a test. Now, when you sign up, you do get the ability to generate for free. So I've typed easy classical music for a Sunday morning lie-in. I can select the type of track, so I can indeed have loops, mixes, or jingles. I'll create this as a loop so I can use it on my YouTube channel, and we'll just go for something quite short. So let's go for 30 seconds in duration and click generate. And we'll go for a track here, 30 seconds in duration. Here's one tropical house music for a sunny day. So, of course, it starts from free to use Mubert, but you can pay for creator plans from $14 a month or get the annual plan to get it slightly cheaper. These are the current costs at the time I'm making this video. What are the usage terms? There's quite a long and detailed terms and conditions here. So, may I release my music on streaming services? Unfortunately, we do not provide licensing to do that. So, if you want to monetize on Spotify, Apple Music, or any of the places, you know, stock music libraries, you cannot do that with Mubert. What about I want to use this for free? What's the plan with that? So you can use this for personal projects if you're on the free ambassador plan. However, it's obligatory to credit Mubert, so be aware of that. Now, let's look at creator and pro plans and the difference. A creator plan is good for personal content, including promoted and boosted posts, which most YouTubers and creators will do. However, if you want to really commercially make money and monetize your content, you are going to need the pro plan. And looking back at that, that starts from $39 a month or slightly cheaper if you go for the annual plan there. And let's generate one of the downloads. So I've now got this in Adobe Audition and I can analyze a little bit more about this track. Looking good. Again, nice levels as I'd expect. Zooming in on it just to check that we're working with a stereo file. And I can agree we certainly are working. There's different information on both channels. Duration exactly 30 seconds, which is great for content creation when you need that. 44/100 hertz sample rate, nothing wrong with that. Obviously, the other ones earlier, like Suno and Udio, went for 48,000, but there's negligible difference between the two, so that's fine. Stereo channels, 32-bit. We're down at 128 kbps, so lowering further in terms of the quality compared to Suno and Udio, but really not a mega issue. Let's also go and look at that EQ graph. And here, if I actually go into spectral frequency view, yeah, we're cutting off just above 15K, maybe to be fair, 17 or 18 kilohertz. So definitely slightly lower than Suno and Udio in terms of audio range. Not particularly noticeable to the human ear, particularly if you're using this as background music for your YouTube channel or podcasts, but do bear that in mind with Mubert. A good all-rounder, but let's take a look at the next one, and I think this one may be the one you want to consider if you're a content creator or someone who wants to make a business out of creating AI-generated music. Now, this one is absolutely awesome, and it's called Soundraw. There will be a link down below in the description if you want to go and try it out. You can generate background music for your YouTube videos, make your own songs, monetize. The license terms are incredibly generous. It starts from free, and of course you can pay to upgrade and monetize. So first of all, with Soundraw, the AI generator has very simple features to use. You can choose the length of your track, you can choose what tempo you want it to be as well. Really easy to get started. So I'm going to go in and generate something that's 30 seconds. Again, short background. We'll go normal, and we can choose now a genre of music. So I'm going to go down and pick something I like for instance, house music. Now instantly it's creating the music for me, and when it's done so, it'll give me a load of different options. So now I can start playing and see which track I might want to use. Okay, that's good, but I'm not really feeling that, so let's go for generation number 2. Again, not particularly feeling the vibe on that one, so number 3. Okay, I really like that. That one is good. Notice the way it built from being quiet to extreme to the outro, and you can have full control on this. So once you've got your AI generation, you can actually modify it. So I didn't like the way it was too quiet, so I'm going to change it to mid. I just click there on the top and it changes to mid. And we can also choose extreme to be quiet or mid or intense. Let's go for intense, and we can take in and out different things as well. So we've got the drum here. I might start with the drum off to start with. So let's switch that off. And again, I'm selecting these blocks to choose how I want to construct my audio. So now I've made a few modifications. Let's listen again. Let's try another track. So it obviously gives me the ability to change. I can add melody in a little bit earlier. And maybe if I want to remove things like the drums, so we got melody, backing and bass, but no drums for a section here. And you can see each section is clearly separated for me. I can change length of the track if I need. I can change BPM of the track. I can slow it down, speed it up, choose different instruments. Let's see what the new generation is like. And in just a moment, we'll lose those drums now. Perfect. So you see, with Soundraw, if I need background music for my YouTube videos, my podcasts, this is definitely the solution. It's so easy to use. I can quickly get some generations. I can skip through until I find something I like. And then using this really intuitive mixer, I can change the track to be exactly how I want it to be constructed. So if I know at 14 seconds in my video, something incredible happens, I can change it from extreme to be intense and really mirror what's happening in my video. So it gives me full creative control, which I really like. Now again, if I drag Soundraw's creation into Adobe Audition, we can analyze. And first of all, let's take a look at these waveforms. And we have definitely stereo information going on here. So that's a great start. So we've got an MP3 file at 48,000 hertz stereo, 32-bit float, and it is MP3 320, which is great. Let's take a look at that EQ curve as well. And we're seeing here we've got full range EQ all the way up to 20,000 hertz. It places Soundraw on the same level as Udio. Now remember, Soundraw is more geared towards background music tracks, whereas Udio and Suno that I was showing earlier can do the full stuff with lyrics, all baked in, even generated lyrics by AI, which is pretty cool. The pricing is really reasonable for Soundraw, and it starts from just $16.99 per month at the moment for infinite downloads. You can also go for music industry professionals, and that's a really interesting prospect here, because if we look at the license terms, they're some of the most generous in the AI music generating industry. So if you're a creator, it's truly royalty free. That means we own our music. That's you and I, the content creator. So you'll never have to pay any royalties, whether you use it on TikTok, a TV ad, or YouTube. The license is forever. Now, many of the others say, well, as long as you're signed up to us, we're not going to copyright bash you or anything. But they say no copyright strikes. We went to great lengths to ensure you don't get copyright strikes on any platform, including YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram. And you can monetize your videos and other content without having to pay us any royalties. So it truly is free to use forever, which is pretty cool. Now, if you're an artist, this is really cool. You can actually use the Soundraw beats to make songs. They give you a simple license that allows you to use it in unlimited audio streams, music videos, and it has broadcast rights as well. So this is why I find this tool pretty incredible. You can monetize your songs without limitations and keep 100% of the recording royalties. So the full license is available to view online. And I do encourage you to check it out if you're planning big things with this tool. But I do think, just from a brief glance there, for creators and musicians alike who want to use AI in their work, this is a really good overall deal. So overall, if you're a content creator that needs music that's customized to your particular video or podcast, Soundraw or Mubert are going to be it. If you want to have fun with a tool that works and is not overloaded too much, Suno will be a good way to go, and they'll always be improving that. And if you want to play with something new and exciting and generate stuff that you can use commercially, just remember to attribute, Udio is going to be the place to go. And as always, I'll leave all the links down below. If you enjoyed this video, you definitely want to go and check out my other channel called Creator Magic. On that channel, I've got a video where I recently spoke about the latest AI tools for creators, including an AI music generator. I didn't even have time to fit in here, but it's also another good option you might want to check out. So go and see that on my other channel right now.